Kilroy from the road. Just pulled into Vicksburg Military Park and haven't even gone into the visitor center yet, but this is a special Kilroy from the road. Been wanting to come to Vicksburg for quite some time now, and just happened to take some time to stop off here. Here I am inside the visitor center at Vicksburg Battle Park.
So, a couple questions for you. Is there anybody in the party that's a veteran? Is there anybody in the party that has a veteran card? So, these are, even you on the right now. So, move to the park, enjoy it, stop back on the way out, and pay $20 stuff and cash. $20 for this.
So, would my truck fit down to there?
Well, buses go through there.
Okay, so a few ground rules before I do the tour road. I just want to let you know that I don't have a lot of time. I have really less than 2 hours. I like to do it less than an hour and a half, but there are going to be cars along the way that might slow me down. I've got to get back to my family and get back to Missouri. So this might be an abbreviated. I'm going to do this in a series of shorts, and I'll put them all together in a big video, hopefully, at the end. But I'll string out these shorts along the road, hopefully in order. There is the arch to the tour guide, to the tour road, I should say. Here is the entrance to the battlefield park, and there is the visitor center. But let's get going right now. I've just entered the Vicksburg Battlefield Tour Road, and we are in the Union lines here. As you can see, here's the Wisconsin 18th Infantry, and then the first huge monument you see as you come into the Union lines is the Minnesota obelisk here. And we're not even really to the first stop. These are just along the road as you enter into the tour road. You go through the arches, and there you have the Minnesota. Continuing on, here are some of the batteries. This is the US 12th Battery, Wisconsin Light. And you can see this is quite a hill here. That's the entryway into the park. And that's the hill I climbed up down there. And we have the 6th Battery Light, 12th Battery Light, Wisconsin. And then we have more over here. This is where the 12th Battery was stationed. Here is the actual first stop of the tour road. As you come in here, this is a battery placement. Again, we are along the Union lines here. Get to see what it says here. Overwhelming firepower. This is DeGoya. Probably mispronouncing that. You can see the line here. There's the tour road. Then even more batteries down that way. You can freeze frame that if you want to read that. But there we have it. Here we are at the Shirley House along the tour road. As you can see here, digging in at the Shirley House. Here's Battery D of the 1st Light Artillery, Illinois. We'll hit that structure next. But you can see kind of what the battlefield, very up and down, as you can see throughout this battlefield tour, or the tour road. Here is the Illinois State Memorial. Let's take a walk up these stairs here.
Because we didn't catch her at the same time. Her son said, "Mama, did you see that?" And she said, "Yeah, I did."
Pretty impressive structure here. Kind of commands the landscape. Here we are at the Illinois State Memorial on the inside. This dome structure. It has very much a commanding presence on the outside here. With the Shirley House right to its left as it faces the battlefield. All right, we're at stop 3. This is the 3rd Louisiana Redan, which was a major fortification established by the Confederates. And here was an assault on May 22nd, 1863. As you can see, there's quite a bit of stuff to see here at this stop, which is right in the shadow of the Illinois Memorial there. But as you can see, this battlefield is up and down and undulating all around here. Get a good view here. Got a wooden stairs here. Could go down that trail. But here was the location of the 3rd Louisiana Redan, which some very heavy fighting here during the battle. Here we are just past stop 4, which was Ransom's gun path, and this is the Wisconsin monument. We are up in the hills, as you can see here. Quite an impressive monument. A lot of stairs. Ransom gun path is back that way. Stop 5 is on to this way, and eventually we'll see Grant's headquarters. Alrighty, here we are continuing along the road here. This is the Stockade Redan attack right back here. As you can see, this is extremely hilly battleground, which had several defensive positions and redoubts and redans all along it. So it's quite the tour road as you go around here. Let's get back on it. Now we're in the Confederate line here. Here we are along the tour road. This is where the Confederates had a steep hill crowned with rifle pits, and they easily threw back a Union assault on May 22nd. Right along here, as you can see here, this is a pretty steep area. Let's make sure I don't go tumbling down the hill here. We have the Iowa 26th Infantry. Maybe this is as far as they got along this hill here. This is Thayer's approach. The end of his approach came to kind of a bloody end at the top of this hill here. We had Louisiana troops. Here we are in the Confederate lines along the bluffs. We are there, right north of Vicksburg. You have the Tennessee River batteries here. Let's go take a look at this. I believe this is a redoubt. This is quite a big defensive structure here. We came from down there, walked up this path to this river batteries are along this bluff here. Kind of had a commanding position along the bluff. This is Johnston's company, Tennessee Heavy Artillery, and that's the Tour Road that you come along. Quite a bit of a defensive position here. Vicksburg is that way. Here we are at Stockade Redan. This is where Confederates from Missouri fought Union soldiers from Missouri, as you can see from this plaque here. This is stop 10 after Fort Hill. Don't think I got the stop 9 marker. This is quite an impressive monument here. This is on the tour road back towards the visitor center. I didn't mention at the beginning, but I had like a little over an hour before I had to hit the road. So I'm trying to do Vicksburg in under an hour, or actually under an hour and a half, if I'm lucky. But very impressive statue for Missouri right there. Here we are at stop 11, which is right here. This is called the Great Redoubt. This was another large Confederate earthworks that was placed upon Jackson Road. As you can see, there's the redoubt, and there's the difference between a redoubt and a redan. And then we're right at the bottom of the Great Redoubt, and we stopped at the 3rd Louisiana Redan earlier. And this is Jackson Road here, and there's a monument up there on the hill. Hopefully I don't get run over as I'm crossing Jackson Road. We don't want that to happen. As you can see, you've got Mississippi Battalion all along here, and this is where the Great Redoubt was. Here is Remembering the Sacrifices. States have been dedicating memorials here to their soldiers since 1903. And this one right here is the Mississippi State Memorial. And the bronze sculptures you see on the monument today were added several years after the dedication. Quite a bit of bronze on the side there, or in the front of that. And we just came down the tour road. As you can see, the tour road is just dotted with plaques showing positions. The red are Confederate positions, blue are Union, and there are batteries along the side of the road as well. There's a Mississippi monument right there, and we're going to continue on that way. Here we are at stop 13. This is the railroad redoubt. Confederates built this to protect the Southern Railroad, right, as you can see there. And here is the monument that is on there. This is Texas. And as you can see, the ground, the way it is here, this is part of the redoubt. They've left all the earthworks in place over time. This battlefield is very hilly, but yet you also have these earthworks that were put into the sides of these hills and bluffs that really make this quite a unique battlefield to tour. And here is the Texas Monument. Here we are at stop 14, which is Fort Garrett, and as you can see on this battlefield, a lot of times there's not a lot of plaques. There's a few plaques, information plaques that kind of talk about what took place here. There's plenty of markers of where units were, but not as many information placards as you would expect. But this is a Fort Garrett. Looks like it was a huge redoubt here, and a lot of earthworks here. Looking out over the field here, and it was Garrett, I believe, died here, shot through the heart, before he found out he was promoted to general, I believe. I need to check my history. This is Hovey's approach. Here we are at stop 15. This is Hovey's approach, and if you look at a previous video, I showed the plaque of Hovey's approach over here, but this is from where the approach started, and the restored section of the two approach trenches dug by General Alvin B. Hovey's Federal troops demonstrates how the siege was conducted. A zigzag design helped nullify the effects of the Confederate fire and minimize Union casualties. So we're in the Union lines now. In fact, we cross it right past that marker over there. We cross back into Union lines, and as you can see these trenches here, you can see kind of the zigzag approach of these trenches to kind of help protect their approach as they got to this fort over here, Fort Garrett. Thanks for watching.